Hello everyone, so this will be part 6 of G Senjou, and it's actually been quite a while since I've played it, but everything should be fine and we'll just continue with where we are. So, treading upon the stones of Central Boulevard, I begin my walk home. People often say I'm absent-minded, but when it comes to money I'll never miss a beat. The ones who could never dream of reaching my level. When I arrived home, I immediately walked into the study and picked up the phone. Sorry to bother you. Are you by any chance the president of Kotani Incorporated? On the other end of the line, the voice of a middle-aged man full of anger replied, Who the hell are you? He must think I'm weak just because I sound young. My name is Azai Kyōsuke. Nice to meet you. His voice faded. Right hand man. People used to say that I was just a little small fry that leached off his father's position. Looks like people's opinions of me have risen recently. The Azai Corporation is a yakuza group with diffuse connections throughout both the underworld and the police force, so the yakuza is just like the mafia. It's also a major member of the Soya Alliance. My father, Azai Gonzō, is one of the leaders of the pack. Due to police crackdowns, the days when yakuza used force to fight over territory have passed. On the verge of collapse, the yakuza bosses gathered together and proposed a peaceful coexistence doctrine. They then began to use legitimate business as fronts. The one that acted as a spearhead for this conversion from underground society to the normal world was the Azai Corporation. Compensating, well, you certainly don't sound too calm about this. On the surface, the Azai Corporation is legal, but it really is just a Sowa branch company. Basically, the Azai Corporation is the front for Sowa. It manages the group's financial affairs like real estate, construction, tourism, dining, theme parks, golf courses, and much more. Our revenue compares favorably with even the biggest legitimate corporations. Unfortunately, we have some disputes with other organizations within the circle. For example, the person yelling at me right now. Of course, these types of conflicts are common in business, and they should be common sense by now. These yakuza are still stuck in the old ways of settling things with informal dealings like this. I'm terribly sorry, but there wasn't anything suggested. Only you could open clubs and hotels there. This is bullshit. He's right. I know about it. I also know that those hotels and clubs make up most of his revenue. Nothing in this world remains constant, even long-term collaborations, otherwise you'd never see divorces, right? His breathing became wild. Kotani-san, you seem to have misunderstood something. This isn't about us trying to take over your turf. We're merely expanding our market. It's just that our company worked a little harder than yours. This is legitimate business. Within that context, is there really any need to ask a competitor's opinion on how we should conduct ourselves? At the moment, I heard something break on the other end of the line. He probably kicked over his desk out of anger, insulted that he was being criticized by a mere boy. And? Technically, I'm not part of the family. And anyway, Azai Gonzō never taught me such courtesies. Azai Gonzō told me this instead. When talking to idiots like this man, must have the mind of a hunter before his prey. Oh, sorry to change the subject, but I believe your company has a lot of cash at hand, right? They came from legitimate business deals, didn't they? I checked up on your company's recent actions. I found contracts from backdoor dealings in order to conceal your income in numerous bank accounts using fictitious names. Don't you think the police would be interested in these documents? I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. I didn't let up on my prey. I'll just go ahead and make these public then. I can imagine the expression on his face. Of course not. I've always preferred legal methods when it comes to settling disputes. As long as you can accept our recently opened clubs and hotels in the central district, I'll be quite satisfied. A murderous cry poured from the receiver. It was filled with humiliation. And with that, he finally surrendered. After all I held days, all that's left is to put just a tiny bit more pressure on him. Well then, it's been nice talking to you. When I put down the phone, I checked my email and picked up the phone once more. Hey, it's Kyōsuke. Thanks for taking my call. This has been my life ever since I met Azai Gonzō. I'm calling to speak to you about the bill from Showa Management Company. An enormous sum of cash circulates under my direction, yet I'm not even a formal employee of the Azai Corporation. Yes, I read your proposal, but that's not enough. I'm just a student, but my decisions can cause companies to go bankrupt or even condemn people to ruin. Yes, generally speaking, a company needs to prepare 3 copies. The only thing I learned up until now is that money is everything. 1 copy for the shareholder, 1 for the bank, and 1 for business you're dealing with. Of course, each copy needs to be slightly different, I'm sure you know this. Everyone lives with money, their lives revolve around money. That's correct. No, the company won't last much longer if you ask me. Sure. Age, sex, occupation, these matter when compared alongside one's accumulated wealth. Not at all. If you're happy with my advice, I can give you as much as you want, alright? Everyone fears and respects me, but I won't stop here. I want more power. At the moment it's just the Azai Corporation, but someday I'll take over all of Suwa. Then I'll have the power to affect society as a whole. Politicians, CEOs, multinational corporations, they'll all bow before me. What I want is the position of the puppet master in the shadows. It's just like, so you're going to be a hero, huh? Then I'll... Like, what? A sharp pain is throbbing in my forehead. What's going on? The person on the other end of the line asked. Oh, it's nothing. I look forward to doing more business with you in the future. I quickly hang up the phone. I never bothered to remember anything from my daily life that doesn't have anything to do with money. School, for example. I rested for a while in the living room. Suddenly I was watching my hand reach out for a coat. My memory of that day ended there. ... Chapter 1. So that's chapter 1 over, I guess. Well, that's it starting. The icy winter wind blew away all of my drowsiness. Once again I go to school. I don't have to think at school, so it's fun. Nisa. Yeah? Kanon suddenly burst out from behind the wall of the apartment. Ow. She put a death grip on both of my arms. What on earth are you doing so early in the morning? She started pouting unhappily. Okay, I got it. Can you just let me go? Just let go now. What? Her eyes seem to be searching for something. Sorry, I'm clueless. Promised? Now she mentions it. I guess I did say something to that effect. Oh, about that, I'm sorry, really. I'd better come up with a good excuse. Well, I'm really sorry I lost my wallet yesterday and spent all that time looking for it. Central Boulevard. I was at Tsubaki. Baki is what she calls Tsubaki. You don't have to perform a thorough interrogation, we were just hanging out. Kanon's mood seems to be worsening with each passing second.
それにしたって電話一本くらい入れてくれてもいいでしょ。
I'm really, really sorry.
頭撫でてくれたら許してあげる。
Alright. No matter what, she'll be happy if she's being petted. It's kind of weird, really. In an instant, her surly mood dissipated.
よしよし、許してあげる。許してあげる。
Cool. The person being patted on the head is saying, "Good boy."
今日こそは練習見に来てくれるんだよね。
I know, I'll definitely be there. I'd better remember to do so this time.
よし、じゃあ一緒に学校行こうね。
Canon stuck to my side naturally. Hey, don't latch onto my arm. Okay, so now we're at the school. I guess that's the end of this part, and I'll see you in the next.